Okay, so Bernhard asked me to teach you something for manifesting. Now, whether you believe that manifesting is the act of the universe conspiring on your behalf to give you what you want, or just a way of conditioning your brain to be more focused towards your goal, this particular idea had a profound impact on me. And I've heard this from many different teachers, but the idea is basically this. A long time ago, there was this thing in personal growth called affirmations, where you would sit down and meditate and say, my life is so great. I am a millionaire. I have a perfectly healthy body. Even in the 80s, personal growth pioneers started to notice that affirmations didn't work. They were better than not telling yourself anything, but the problem is all of us have this voice in our head. When we say, I have a perfect body, that voice goes, no, you actually have some fat around your belly. You might want to get rid of that. We all have that voice. So how can we come up with a way where we can get the benefits of these so-called affirmations, but release that voice? The technique is called lofty questions. I learned it from one of my dear friends, the teacher, Christy Marie Sheldon, and I want to credit her for that. Lofty questions works like this. You ask yourself questions for states or feelings or things that you want to have in your life. So I ask myself the following questions. You can come up with these questions for yourself. I ask myself when I'm meditating, why am I so good at making, keeping, and multiplying money? I'm not saying I'm a billionaire, because that voice is going to come in my head. Rather, I'm asking myself a question for a state I want to be in. I might ask myself a question, why do I have such a great relationship with my children? Why do I have such a great relationship with my wife? Why do I wake up every day feeling full of energy and positive about the day ahead? Why am I always surrounded by love? Why is the universe always unfolding for me in the most beautiful way? These are lofty questions. Now notice some of these questions are related to states, right? States of feelings. Why am I always surrounded by love? That's a state of feeling. Some of these questions are related to how I want to relate to other people. Why do I have such a great relationship with my children? But something powerful happens when you ask yourself these questions. I have a list of 12 questions that I ask myself every day in different categories. You can come up with your own list. But what goes on is that your brain starts assuming the state is true, and your brain starts answering the question on its own when you sleep at a subconscious level, and you start to find that the right answers start coming to you. You want to be a better parent? What you find is that you start picking up these tips. You start picking up this wisdom. Maybe you wake up one morning with a new realization on how to work with your kids. You start moving towards the end states of this question. It is crazy how effective this is. About 2 years ago, I started asking myself, why do I have such an amazing body? And back then I was 39 years old. I put on a little bit of weight around my belly. You know, I didn't feel proud of taking my shirt off at a beach, for example. And I felt like that for almost a decade. I tried exercising. I could never bring myself to go to the gym as regularly as I wanted. But I started asking myself that question, why do I have a great body? And amazing things started happening. I started meeting the right people, stumbling upon the right books. I discovered one guy, Eric Edmeades, who is now a guy I follow, who had developed a training program on weight loss. I went through his program, and for the first time in 10 years, I lost my excess weight. I then discovered another philosophy on building muscle. I went through that program. For the first time in 10 years, I actually started getting great results in the gym. 1 year from the time I started asking myself that question, I had lost 5 kilograms. My body had completely changed. I had to get many of my clothes redone because I had changed my body shape. And for the first time, I could walk on the beach, take off my shirt, and not feel embarrassed. When you ask yourself these questions, you do not have a particular set answer. But what happens is your brain starts working on overdrive to bring you the right synchronicities and opportunities and people. So think of 12 questions you can ask yourself. Think of your life in 12 different categories. Relationships maybe, health, your parenting, your career, your money, the environment you live in, perhaps adventure, your ability to travel and see the world, and ask yourself questions in these categories. Why is my love life so great? Why am I getting to travel so much? Why do I enjoy my work so much? Why do I have such a great relationship with my boss and co-workers? This technique is one of the most powerful techniques I've found. So, hope you enjoyed that.
Vishen, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for this great interview. We are very proud to have you in Germany, the 30th of September to the 1st of October. And we are looking forward to meet you there, and I can't wait to welcome you on our stage.
Thank you, Bernhard. Thanks. And thank you guys for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in Munich.